You can post your thoughts there. Over 2,000, I think, so far this morning. Beth in North Carolina, Republican line. You're next up. Hi.
Yes, I see this whole thing through. I'm pragmatic, and if you look at the map, if you look at how close China is to North Korea, first of all, Trump is sending a message to China. It is time to make your pit bull heel. What is in it for China to let North Korea lob nuclear missiles at the United States? We are a huge, huge contributor to their rising economy and increasing standard of living over there. Why in God's name would they let North Korea do something like that to the United States? We are their dream customer. So everybody needs to take a deep breath, put their partisan politics aside, and realize that there is a thing. It's called the balance of power in the world. This is not the North Korea versus the United States. This is far more complicated and connected than something like that. No, China is not going to let this go to that extent. But China's a master chess player. There's a reason why they're called the sleeping giant.
That's Beth in North Carolina. The Forbes magazine on their website highlights a recent survey done by the Chicago Council on Global Affairs, asking people what Americans, or surveying people about what Americans, what they would like to have done about North Korea. 76% of those responding would say impose tighter economic sanctions on the country. 68% saying that sanctions should be imposed on Chinese companies doing business with North Korea. 40% saying that the airstrikes should be conducted on nuclear production facilities. 28% saying send in U.S. troops to destroy those facilities. 21% say accept North Korea and will possess a weapon or nuclear weapons in exchange for producing no more. And 11% just saying that accept that North Korea will produce more nuclear weapons. A survey of over 2,000 adults in that by the Chicago Council on Global Affairs. That's found on the Forbes website. George, West Virginia, Democrats line. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're on. Go ahead.
I was in Korea in '67. I was in the infantry. There was nights that we spent crawling the hills of South Korea, chasing North Koreans. Now, in in January of '68, the North Koreans captured a ship called the Pueblo. People ought to get the book called The Act of War by Jack Chevis. It tells you what those men went through for one solid year. And our government basically sat on their bottoms and did nothing while these guys were beaten, kicked around, put in solitaire. We lost 11 good American men when I was there in '67, unarmed American troops. They were ambushed while they were cutting wood, cutting trees to clear out an area around the DMZ. And these people who call in and just raise all kind of cane about our president probably was never in the military. So they have to realize those people over there are trying their best to live a decent life. But this kid in North Korea, his father, his grandfather, they all three were the same. This book was written about a ship that was captured that was not in North Korean waters, and the boat's still over there.
Okay, let's go to Robert in North Las Vegas, Independent line.
Well, I appreciate this opportunity. I got everybody beat. I am a Korean vet. I was proud to serve during Korea. We were a destroyer division. And I wanted to mention this, food for thought for the folks, and that is that in the 90s, they had a famine in North Korea, and they got another one coming up. But the one thing that's important, it was a few months ago on 60 Minutes, one of the reporters, they were in the nuclear sub of ours, 160 feet below, and when they came to the section for the nukes, and they had 20 of them, and these are quite capable of hitting anywhere in the world. And I just wanted to mention that this idea of him reaching somewhere in America with a nuke, well, he'd be toast. I mean, what good would that do him? He knows that. He's not that stupid. And the bottom line here is we should thank him for stirring things up, because it enables us to build up our military even more and get the money that's needed, so we've got more and more of secret weapons than the world has ever known about.
That's Robert in North Nevada giving his perspective